Hi everyone. I wanted to share with you guys, particularly today on the podcast, is how we're helping our members keep active and stay connected, with this difficult time. And we've been using our online training on Zoom. And so I've got a member with me today, Mark. So welcome, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, thank you for coming along. I know we're doing this in our own safe space, and we're talking. Mark's just finished a session with me, so I managed to he volunteered to stay on today. So what I wanted to do is just to get Mark's point of view across of how he's been kind of adapting to the online training and the environment at home. So Mark, how have you found it?
Well, it's the first time I've used Zoom. My wife, Debbie, has used Zoom in the past through her work, and I found it's been a superb way of still continuing to train when I started after quite a long layoff in January. So for me, it's worked really well. I can still interact with my colleagues who I was training with on a Tuesday and Thursday, and I still get the personal tuition from Mark that I enjoyed before the outbreak and the stay-at-home policy that the government adopted. So for me, it's worked really well.
Yeah, I mean, before this happened, and you was training at the gym with me anyway. When did we start? It was
January.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, about middle of January. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, Debbie was obviously your partner was up training with me, and she did she make you, or did she say, "Oh, it'd be a good idea for
you"? Well, I mean, as you know, Mark, I had double hip replacement 10, 12 years ago. So wrongly, I decided that I wasn't going to do any form of exercise. Up until then, I participated in running and circuit training and was quite active and very fit. And then I had the hip replacements, and I made the silly decision not to do any form of exercise, and regretted it. And it wasn't until I started again in January that I realised what the benefits, especially as you're getting older. 57 now, the two people that who regularly exercise, and the benefits that they enjoy from doing that. So
I mean, it's at that point, isn't it, where you had the operation, and then you kind of like, I suppose you're going to protection mode, think I can't do anything because that's happened now and my life stops.
Yeah, well, you put weight on.
Yeah,
you get much stiffer in the vital areas like the back, the hips, especially the hips after that form of operation, the backs of the legs. And it prevents you from walking as far as you can before without discomfort. Even doing garden, I've only got a small garden, but even picking up bits and pieces off the garden was awkward and painful. And I was finding I had to sit down. I played golf. Doing 18 holes of golf was an absolute nightmare after about 12 holes through stiffness in the back. Felt tired. When I got back to the car, I could hardly pick my trolley up and put it in the car. I could hardly put my shoes on.
Really?
I was getting cramped through dehydration and et cetera. So it wasn't good.
Yeah, and that was after the operation. You kind of like wanted to play a bit of golf and just try to be active.
Well, I always, when I retired a couple of years back, the idea was that I had more time on my hands. I would take up golf.
Yeah.
I mean, golf in itself is still a physical game, but I was finding that 70, 80-year-olds who are a lot older than me were more physically able to get around the golf course and still playing the same as they were after hole 1 and 2 at 17 and 18, and yet I was struggling. So I realised then that I had to do something about it. Really.
Okay, so yeah, that's good, isn't it? At least you recognised there's something you need to change. You don't want to go through what you've felt, so you've made that first step. That's that taking that action, which is great. And so and then obviously from there you come up to the gym and you start to feel better, start to move a bit more, and you're playing golf more regularly now, aren't you? And you're probably enjoying golf better as well.
Well, I can play the 18 holes now. I played 18 holes off the white tees the other week, and I was still hitting the ball as well on the 18th and able to get in the car. And I thought, this is totally different to how it was before. So that's 4 months, January, February, March, 3 months, just over 3 months of training with you, Mark. So
yeah, That's good. That's good. That's all hard work from you, though. It's good work.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you? We've gone from in a gym environment to actually training at home now. How have you been enjoying the sessions online?
No,
You find
I,
it.
I love this, love the sessions online. And the nice thing about you, Mark, is that you know what my limitations are. So you set the exercise.
Mm,
I trust you to set the exercise to what I can actually do.
mm,
Like, for example, this morning we were doing hip exercises.
mm,
Now, I would always never ever want to risk my hips because someone spent 2 hours, making them good again for me. And I always thought, well, I'll do as little exercise on my hips as
mm.
possible. But in reality, I should have been doing, exercises which support my hip and make my hip work, flex my hip, but under guidance, so I knew what I was doing. So.
Yeah. So that even though it's quite different, isn't it, to be kind of in the gym, but we're still working online. I can still.
It's for me. I've got the equipment. I've got the bands. I've got the
Yeah.
weights. We've got a cycle machine, so we can effectively do virtually what we could have done. And we haven't got the weight machine, so but
No.
apart from that, effectively we're still interacting with you, Mark, and the
Yeah.
other guys,
Yeah.
and we're still doing the same workout that we were doing in the gym. So from my point of view, I'm still really enjoying it and still getting the benefit from it.
Yeah. Thank you. So great, you enjoying the session, which is really good. And that's what we want people to be enjoying the sessions, whether it's online or in the gym. Most importantly,
Mm-hmm.
is going from that. Then obviously in the current climate, with the effects of COVID-19,
Mm-hmm.
how is working out with us? With continue to help.
Well, I mean, our goals we set together was to lose some weight,
Mm,
try and get my body fat down, and I'm glad to say both. I've lost half stone in weight.
yeah.
I'm still eating exactly the same that I was in January.
Mm,
So I must be, something's happened. That's
yeah.
lost half stone in weight. I've lost 2% in the body fat.
Mm,
Hydration is much better than it was before, so I'm not cramping up now
yeah.
because I'm drinking two liters of water a day.
Yeah.
So with regards to that, I'm still getting the benefits through, and mentally as well. I mean, having been able to talk to someone and still seeing your people being stuck at home by yourself, I still can interact with people. So mentally, that's really helped me. And also our quiz nights and stuff like
Yeah.
that we've been doing is, felt part of the, you can interact with people still. So
Yeah.
it's been really supportive and fantastic for me.
Yeah, I thought that's the key, isn't it? What you said it's interaction, isn't it? And it's keeping connected with people and reconnecting
Yeah.
with people.
Mm-hmm. And
It's,
it's certainly benefited me, Mark. It's been great. So
yeah, yeah. Thank you. But it's just we're here to help anyone, and it's just a case of making sure that it's a routine, isn't it? Keeping a routine with your exercise. You know when you're going to do it because you book your sessions in, and
exactly.
okay, people are going to
Well,
be.
it makes you do it. It'd be too easy to sit at home, sit on your backside and watch television or
Yeah.
a film for hours every day
Mm,
and not lose weight and put more body fat on. And once you do that, of course, you step backwards. So
yeah.
you're getting back to the old ways and your stiffness and
Yeah.
struggling on the golf course and stuff like that. So I want
Yeah.
to, I've still got my goals. So I still want to lose another half stone. I still want to lose another 2% body fat. So that's what we're working to. So we keep working. So.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's just keeping focus, isn't it? This time because it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to get distracted and think, oh, I'll stop and give up. But keeping the focus every day, we're doing sessions 45 minutes. There's not a lot of time out the day, but you've got that to look forward to and do,
Mm-hmm.
and help you as much as we can.
Yes, you do. You certainly do that.
That's good. So, regards to like your start point, when you was thinking about making changes, but you wasn't too sure.
Yes.
What kind of 3 tips would you give people to help them?
Well, certainly don't do what I did. Leave it too late or too long. 10 years of not exercising properly is not good. You're never too old to exercise in some format, and you can tailor the exercise to the individual, which is great, depending on where you are in your life. lifespan, what age you are. So certainly for me, get out there, do it, and do it now rather than it's too late. And you know, also if you do get coronavirus or something like that, if you're fit and physically fit, you're more likely to fight it or any other virus. So it's a good way. Focus on your goals. Certainly, I send my weight through to you each week, Mark, because I'm focused. I want that get that down. Sent it this morning. I think we've got another slight improvement there. So, so train hard, but don't overdo it. Keep within your limits and enjoy it. Basically, enjoy the interaction with people, because at the moment, being stuck at home can't be great for a lot of people. So.
No, that's the thing. Like you said, is interaction, isn't it? And enjoy it. Okay, work within your limits, but your limits will always expand and get bigger and better, because you will get stronger and fitter. So that always changes.
Yeah. And certainly where I was in January compared to now, I was getting out of bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. Whereas now I'm getting out of bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Preparing myself for the day and painting fences out the back. I'm doing the garden. The garden's never looked so good, in my opinion. And of course, Debs is loving it because she's setting all my tasks, my daily tasks as well. So.
You've got a long list to complete every day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But that's good though, isn't it? Because you notice the difference in you, and that's the key.
I've noted a massive difference. From even going out walking, when you go out walking, and the stiffness in my hamstrings and my thighs and stuff like that. It's massively different. So.
Yeah, brilliant. It's good stuff. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's really good to just hear your point across for from where we are now and training online and how we've helped you and keeping you focused. So thank you very much for joining me.
I really enjoy it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you for staying on as well. I'm sure you're hungry and need to get something to eat. Brilliant stuff. And I will see you again very, very soon. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, Mark. Okay.
Bye.